Two men on a mission down the rabbit hole of the thoughts that keep you awake at 3 a.m. Welcome to Dose of Dysfunction.
Hey everyone, you're here with the self-proclaimed life coach, and I just wanted to take a quick second to tell you how me and the resident redneck got about doing this podcast on Anchor. Anchor's a great free app with really cool creation tools that you can use from your phone and your computer. You can edit, record, distribute, analytics, everything right there. It's a great way to get your podcast out. Even our resident redneck figured it out. Also, you can make money right off the bat with listener donations. Ads come later. Everything's all in one place. So go and download the Anchor app or visit anchor.fm today.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Dose of Dysfunction. I'm your life coach, and I'm here with the resident redneck.
Hello.
And just Ian.
Just me.
That was really quiet. I apologize.
You
really need to step it up right now.
To go to the episode I wasn't here for. Speak up!
Well, okay. It's more of a problem where Brock yells into the microphone.
Hey, don't bring me into this.
And I'm at a lower level. So it's like for people to hear me, Brock is screaming.
No, I turned you way up.
No, see, we have what's called technology.
Yeah,
Casey has learned how to use it, so
and
he
we
turns
didn't
mine way down and turns yours
I thought we did
way
that
up.
though.
No, the problem was yours was set to what mine would have been, and mine is pretty close to Brock's because I will speak up. But you have to I have a whole nother quarter of the way.
You just have a notch
on yours.
This is for Ian.
I'm like, no, Ian's not gonna.
If you were to talk into the microphone. If you were to talk into the microphone the way we have to amplify you, you would have no voice at the end of the night.
Yeah, I mean,
because for you, it would be like yelling through the whole thing.
Yeah, you gotta get.
Well, you just gotta get me amped up about a topic, then I'll start yelling.
Which is what last time. But speaking of getting amped up about a topic, I just have to say, fuck you both.
This is where it comes.
And we're gonna go with a little bit of Got Milk, so we'll start this off with you guys.
Dude, this has bugged him all week. I've gotten multiple text messages about this.
I've had a conversation or two.
This has pissed me off.
He's like, we're not talking about it, but I'm coming at you on the podcast.
So, for those who listen to Brock and Ian, they like to give me a hard time.
Somebody doesn't like milk.
I said, I don't know if he doesn't like milk or not, but that's his statement.
No, my statement has... At what point in my statement...
I said the statement.
Yes, the statement is, did you know that humans are the only mammals who drink another mammal's milk past infancy?
See,
he got me there.
He got closer to the mic. He slowed his words down, and he said,
Past
every time
infancy.
you have a way of saying it. That's why I'm saying it's like something's got him hooked on this.
Well, apparently I have to say it in that fashion to get it through your head of what I'm talking about.
He's
We're
coaching
also
you.
the only ones, like we said in our podcast, we are the only ones who use cell phones. What other mammal uses a cell phone?
Yeah, and we're the only ones that drive cars. But nowhere in that statement did I say...
That's a lie. I've seen a monkey drive a car.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. I've seen a baboon drive one, too. A blue truck with busted out rear window.
I mean, I'm sure an orangutan has used a phone, too, so...
No. Anyway.
We're not special.
What is it? What's the thing behind it? What drives you what has it captured your attention to that one thing?
It's something I find deeply fascinating for whatever reason. And the other thing I'll say, too, is, okay, I drink milk, but what kind of milk do you drink?
Whole milk.
Ian?
I mean, I can go from any type of milk besides skim milk, because skim milk is just water saying it's milk.
Yeah.
In the words of Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
I didn't come up with that.
Skim milk is nothing.
Have not tried almond milk, though. I heard that's pretty good.
I haven't tried it either.
But that's from almond titties, not cow titties.
From almond titties.
Yeah. Can you milk me, Greg?
Whoa!
Haven't you seen that in Meet the Parents? Where he's
Yeah.
talking about it,
Yeah.
and Robert De Niro looks at him. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? I mean, no, what I find fascinating about it, is, well, what versions people drink of milk. It all depends, and we've pasteurized it, so it's more tolerable for most people.
It's not even actual milk.
Right.
But my favorite milk is actually milk in the raw. The unpasteurized stuff straight out of the cow, and if you get that like in a fridge and super ass cold, it's like the best thing ever. But no, I just find it interesting that you can use the milk of other animals for babies, right? For other baby animals.
Yeah.
It has those nutrients that we need. I just find it very interesting that we've decided as a species
As
to,
the superior species.
no, I think dogs and cats have us beat. They've
Ants.
got us suckered into doing their shit for them.
Well, no, I get that, but at any point in time, we could wipe them from extinction.
You mean white?
I mean, we're working on the turtles. Have
Existence.
you seen all the plastic straws around here?
I was going to say, wipe them from extinction. I
We're
think
saving
that's the goal. That
Right.
would be saving them.
Well,
we
right,
could
but that's
make them. We could
well,
wipe them off the...
I don't know. I think both of those animals could live just fine on their own as long as they weren't harmed by humans in any way.
I was going to say,
They would live just fine in the wilderness. They are both very capable.
we do as much damage as we do.
Right. But that's
Good.
that's like, every time you say it, there's this like deep-seated passion for you to chase this.
I just like it. I think it's great. I think it's a very interesting thing that we've taken this. Not only that, so we drink cow's milk pretty much. Yeah, some people drink goat's milk. There's some other
Almond
ones. I think, what is it? If you're in Mongolian, it'd be like yaks or something like that.
Yeah, or
Mhm.
goat.
Yeah, I mean,
Yak milk.
it's just that, one, it's very interesting that we figured out, hey, this has sustenance. Because think about it this way.
Nutrients, man.
And another part of the reason I find this fascinating a little
We
bit is...
figured out how to turn a plant into an energizing drink every morning. Okay, that to me is like, who the fuck first came up with coffee, right? Oh, look, it grows beans. Let's pour hot water on them. Like, that was, in my mind, I'm looking at it like,
Well, they were
that
all...
plant has nuts. Let's
They
not
were-
pour hot water on. I wouldn't pour hot water on my nuts.
That's what happens when you get all coked out as they're chewing on the coca leaves, getting high as fuck, harvesting this thing. I'm not surprised some dude was like,
I'm just.
let's do this.
Let's
The
drink
shit
it.
we've done high, right? Everybody's like,
Yeah.
the shit you think of when you're high. I could see that there as they're like chewing on the leaf.
That's the part that gets me. Is like you walk across somebody's like, oh yeah, drinking milk or whatever, right? Obviously, everybody's drank milk. I love the people who say they haven't. It's like, yeah, sure, okay. You drank powdered milk even if you weren't breastfed.
Well, right. What
You
I
know.
find interesting with it too, though, is there's a lot of milk has been one thing too that's had the back and forth, where people are like, you should drink milk. Nope, you shouldn't
Oh,
drink
yeah.
milk. Right? They keep doing that. And not only that, you've got people who are lactose intolerant and all that. But no, I just find
Those
it
are
fascinating.
just. I don't want to say it. My wife's lactose intolerant.
Good
save, good save.
Brock is sleeping in the basement tonight.
In the dungeon.
No,
The World War II bunker.
I was gonna say it's just something. I don't know. I find it fascinating, and I've watched several things. Like, have you seen? Here, I was watching a show recently, and going back to it, the people who sell breast milk, the women who
They
continually
like bag it.
they basically milk themselves, and then so you get the people who buy it for. I was watching one guy is buying it because he believes it's like a performance enhancing, right? The supplement to get him bigger and stronger.
Okay, we can't use
Okay,
these
well,
as
he's
normal
fucking
people to
weird.
like as well. These are the kind of people that drink milk. No, that guy's fucking weird. Like,
Well, here's my other thing too. That is also a deal that those women are doing that for
Also-
children to get the correct nutrients they need when they're born, not for some fucking weirdo who wants to just take roids, dude.
He just wants to get
Move
yoked
on
off
with your
breast
life.
milk.
No,
Shrink
it
your
just-
balls, grow your muscles, you'll be fine.
Well, I'm just saying that's a guy.
Quit being weird. What the
But
fuck?
people use it for that, and it's totally interesting. It was like,
But that's our own milk. That's human milk.
I know it's human milk, but I just find it interesting because at the same time, you don't see, like, in nature, animals that produce milk, mammals, right? They wean, all the young is weaned off of it. Even, we do the same
Well, yeah,
thing with
because
humans.
otherwise you slow down mom, and she can't hunt if her tits are hanging too low
Well,
and all this other stuff. Like, no,
right.
you have to get with it.
But it's fascinating. We still go back to that, even though we're not getting it from mom.
Right.
We're like, nope, we're gonna take Bessie, and we're just gonna keep pumping her so we get that
Right.
milk. But then people, I don't know. It's just something I find fascinating. I find it absolutely
know, it's
fascinating.
It's
And you
fucking
can-
hilarious because whether you need to get the point across or not, you say it like you stop, you slow down, you like get. If it's on the podcast, you get near the mic and like.
Well, right.
You know,
I
it's just-
need
it's
you
funny.
to understand that this is how this works. I don't know. It's just one of those things. I like it. I think it's interesting. It's my fun fact, right? That I.
Yeah,
'cause-
but I mean, you could take that down the road of all kinds of things.
I know. I just choose.
We're like the
He
only.
chose milk. Even though I don't know why you're saying fuck us, like,
Yeah,
like
you're
what
all
do we
mad
say?
about it, but we never once were like.
and you
"Fucking
are
Casey's a
essentially
retard."
agreeing with us on what we're saying.
Nah, I still
You're
take
just
offense
like
to
it's
both of you.
weird, but I
We're
drink
not
milk
against
still.
you in any way here. We just it's so your thing. We just wanted to know the fucking
I just
research
take it personal.
behind it.
I was just like, oh, okay, I see how this is gonna be. We're gonna go after the guy who's not there.
I just asked a question off your sheet, and Brock was like, "Ooh, this is Casey's question."
Right. That's true. I love how you guys delineated that. Pick a number, which we did again, by the way. I said, fuck it. Brock said,
There's
you
a
got
little-
one? I was like, eh.
Dude, you have like a booklet over there that is so
Don't worry,
unorganized,
I dropped half of that booklet behind
Yeah,
the stairs.
we lost
Way into
half
the
of it.
dungeon here.
gone forever.
Yeah, that happens. That's okay because I have, I have conundrum questions.
Conundrum questions.
That's what
I feel
I've
like
been-
that's what a would you rather is.
No, this is a little different.
point.
It kind of. A would you rather is to a point, but it's giving you a choice. Like, to use.
Hold on here.
Right.
To go to your milk thing. I feel like humans are the only species that could make two items to keep the sun out of your eyes and use neither one of them for keeping the sun out of your eyes. Have you ever seen a dumb motherfucker at a ball game who's got a ball cap on and sunglasses, but the sunglasses are on the bill of the ball cap?
And
The
his
ball
hat's
cap's turned
backwards.
around fucking backwards, and he's got his hand planted on his forehead? What kind of fucking inbred bullshit is that?
Somebody who forgot they have sunglasses and a hat on.
I was gonna
Jesus
say
fuck.
nobody's.
I've definitely been there before. I've been that dumbass.
Oh my god.
And then I've realized I've been like, oh wait, I have two things to cover my eyes.
So, fuck. When I say conundrum questions, which that's a good one too. That's a conundrum. Why wouldn't you use items that you have in your
Right.
vicinity that would help you with this particular situation?
Because I keep banging my hat on shit, and the sunglasses are getting sweaty, and my face doesn't like it. That's why, Brock.
This sounds like a whole bunch of public oral sex. Sunglasses were steaming up. My hat kept running into stuff. Yeah.
So to use the here, I'll use
Either
the,
Not
that or you were
steaming
licking
up.
the window and the bus to the way to the ball game.
It's just 100 degrees at the ball game I'm going to.
right. Well, here's a conundrum question
Maybe a little
I'll
humid.
give you for that I used on TikTok today.
Ooh.
If you drop soap on the floor, is the floor clean or the soap dirty? So they're not would
I don't
you
know, but they're
rathers
both
and-
highly impacted.
both highly-
It's the transfer.
Got him.
My only thought was you probably wouldn't want to drop it in a prison shower. So
Ooh.
Yeah, that's where I thought
I
this
still am a
question was going. Honestly.
I'm a little scared when
If
I
you
drop
drop
a bar
the
of soap by
soap-
myself. I feel
Doesn't
violated when
matter
you
if
bend
the
down to pick it up.
floor is clean or dirty. I'm about to get violated.
Are you rubbing in the soap?
Well, it's really the friction that gets it clean.
I know. I learned that during COVID.
Right? Or like, the soap doesn't really matter. Just wash your hands.
It's really
with
just the friction
Yeah.
of the soap killing the lipids that kill the virus. Science. Call me a doctor. Dr. Ian?
Dr. Ian.
Dr. Baby Squatch.
Dr.
So-
Baby Squatch. Dr. Squatch. No, that's my soap.
Soap, that's
And
fine.
it's good, too. I use it. It's great.
Soap.
Yeah. No, so I have a bunch of those kind of questions.
Okay.
So those are...
I would venture to say that your soap is now dirty.
Yeah, I would say that too, because the friction thing. To have the floor be clean, you
Right.
actually have to rub the soap in.
Right. I mean, granted, all of the soap that comes off of you and you're stepping on it and, like, moving around the floor, you're kind of, like, cleaning the floor of the shower anyways. I mean, to a point, but if there's that, like, we've talked about fucking shower yetis before.
Well,
And I bet you leave a hell of a fucking shower
Oh.
yeti.
yeah.
100%.
You
Every
drop the
time.
soap and you pick it up and there's a fucking beard on the soap.
Well,
When
here,
you pick it up, I'm gonna be like, ah, fuck, my soap's dirty.
here's what I find fascinating when people have the argument of, like, some people are bath people to shower people, right?
You're sitting in your filth.
Well, that's what I mean. That's the one thing
Why
that
don't you
always
just sit in
blows
the
me
toilet? Jesus Christ.
away with the bath. They're like, I'm going to go take a bath. Yeah, I'm going to wash all this shit off of me. Then I'm going to sit there in it.
I take a bath to relax, not to clean myself.
Wait a minute, what did you just say?
I say I take a bath to relax.
With some scented candles, maybe throw out a few rose petals.
Epsom salt.
Got some mood lighting.
I was playing softball the day before, and my calf got torn, and
Some,
it
like,
really hurts, and I need it
1970s.
to relax, so I put in some Epsom salt. Did you try that?
No,
You should have.
it wouldn't have worked.
No, he actually tore his calf. It wasn't gonna be the same.
It's
No.
fine.
No.
Epsom salt's pretty
Yeah.
magical.
For those of you who don't know, we all play softball, and we look like the geriatric bastards.
Oh, yeah, ragtag bunch. I mean, we're kind
I'm
of...
pretty young.
Well, you're...
We look like the
you're in
ringers
shape.
at this point.
I can run.
Special Olympics. Yeah, Ian can run. The rest of us look like old farts who drink too much.
Yeah, no, I'm in rough shape. I'm trying to make sure I'm not in that rough.
I feel
shape.
like you guys don't take baths because you can't fit in a bathtub.
You know.
I mean, I
Yeah,
can't.
it's hard to get my balls over the edge of a bathtub.
So the house I lived in for a long time only had a bathtub.
Little crack house on the corner?
Yeah, my little crack house on the corner had no shower. It was only a bathtub. This was a 600 square foot house. I'd barely fit in the bathroom on its own, let alone trying to take a bath every day.
It had
No.
no shower head whatsoever.
No.
You didn't just like put a hose through the window or something.
Oh
No.
my god, it'd be fucking hilarious if we fucking could fit the shower head on the spigot and it just like sprayed up at
Oh,
his balls.
right. That would have been.
That would have been badass.
You don't know how many times living in that house where it was like, if I had to go
Get
somewhere,
the bucket.
it was like. Right. My favorite part of going anywhere when I lived in that house was, oh my god, I get to take a shower. Right?
Right,
You know, if
right.
I had to travel somewhere, it was like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
I'm gonna rent a
shower.
hotel room just to take a shower.
Fuck yeah. And I love showers.
I go on vacation all the time.
Fuck, that was when we stayed out at my sister's ranch this last year for a few days. The first thing when we got to Vegas and in the hotel, it was like, all right, everybody shut the fuck up, sit down, chill for a minute. I'm going to take a shower. We will, any activities after this, all or after I shower here. Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm not.
I still feel as far as the shower, the dirty soap is kind of where it's at. I mean, because you've never, and I think
But you took
too,
the
there's
filth
also that
off
like,
the floor, making it clean.
yeah, but there's always that like nobody thinks
Osmosis.
about the floor.
What?
When have you ever dropped something and been like, oh, I fucked up the floor?
I mean, it depends on like.
Or you drop a bar of soap, you're not like, oh, I just cleaned the floor. No, you're like, fuck, my soap's dirty now.
I don't know. I've had those times when I've knocked over like a glass of water, and then when I cleaned it up. I look down and go, "Hey, I mopped."
I guess that works.
That's how I was like, "Hey, I don't have to clean the floor now. I already did."
Did you have anybody off of TikTok on any of the ones that had good answers for anything? Ooh, chicken and the egg. Anything on that?
Oh, I have to see it. I have to in my live.
Hold on, I can get to it.
Dude, nobody's watching us. I can restart the live. That's not a big deal.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Fucking millennials
I know, right?
on your phones.
Yeah, the old man compared
now we
to
have
him.
to ask our fucking question.
What's the question?
You'll find out.
You guys are
Soon
leaving
enough.
a lot of space here.
We are
Getting on your
definitely.
phones at the same time.
I know. Right?
Totally for whatever
You're leaving
reason,
me
just
out to
thought
dry
we
here.
ended the fucking podcast.
I was like, why
No
are
big
you
deal.
leaving me out to dry here? I have to fill these silences?
Ian, we're gonna need a dissertation. This is gonna take
I
a
don't
minute.
know what that word means, so
Yeah, start singing like you were beforehand.
you told me not to because
I
you
know.
hated it.
The question was, would you rather from last podcast was, would you rather have no kids, or have 20 kids, one a year, for 20 years?
I would rather have no kids.
Yeah, see, I told you. He was totally out on that.
What, you thought I
Here's
would
my
want to have a
question for
litter
you.
of children?
Here's
No,
my question
no,
for you.
we
Do
all-
you, in any way, shape, or form, want to have a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was wrong on that one.
Yeah. I want to have like a family and stuff, but I don't want to have like fucking over like 4 kids, 3 kids. 3 kids is a lot, actually. But I think that would be like my max if I ended up having
4 or 3?
3.
3.
I mean, if a 4th comes along, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it, but
Come
we
to
have
the
the
woodwork.
first 3 have to come. So
I think. Well, and your service in the in here sucks.
In the dungeon
in
sucks,
the dungeon
yeah.
sucks. It's not letting me pull the comment.
In the bunker.
Oh, I got him. So the first comment I got on the chicken or the egg was, Google said the egg,
Oh, of course. Fucking Google.
and so. Just to be a smartass, I wrote, "Do you believe everything you read on the internet?"
You should have said, Bing said the chicken.
Right. And then somebody said that chicken can't have an egg without a chicken to lay it, and then the egg, and I go with the egg. Everybody's got a different.
Wait a
one to
minute.
this.
Somebody actually said the chicken came first because without the chicken you can't lay the egg?
Uh-huh.
But where do you get the chicken?
Evolution.
no, it's something else
From
that lays.
what?
It's something else that lays the egg, which makes the chicken.
Yeah, that's the argument Google's gonna have. Is so as animals
What?
evolve. Yeah.
Is this even an answerable question right now? Nobody was around to know this. This is not. You shut the fuck up. All of you are wrong. Everyone's
Unless
wrong.
the chicken
It doesn't
evolved
even-
in
no,
the middle
fuck
of
right
its
off.
life.
Didn't you heard
It-
the end of
it
my
was
TikTok,
born as-
right? It's evolution, baby.
Yeah.
It's so something else evolved into.
A chicken?
But did
No,
that happen in the egg part, or did it happen in its lifespan part, which therefore would make the chicken be alive before the egg?
Well,
Unless
to
it happened
recreate
in
the egg.
and then it was the egg that came first.
no, it's the
Because
chicken.
it would have had to happen inside the egg.
No, the chicken had to come first
Okay, from what?
to lay the eggs. Well, I don't.
From what? Not for what. I know what it's for. Chickens are worthless.
Well,
for
you
know,
dinosaurs. 2 things.
back
Chicken
in the-
sandwich and fucking eggs in the morning.
Back in the day when I was an amoeba and I started splitting into this and this and this, I came across what I think was.
It's probably a velociraptor that turned
fuck, I
into a
don't
chicken.
know.
Exactly.
That's
I'm
my
just-
guess.
I'm just saying, somewhere through the
It's the
evolution
dinosaurs.
of animals, just like man has
Dinosaurs.
allegedly
Supposedly
evolved.
from a monkey
No,
or a ape or
Supposedly.
whatever. I don't know.
we're only a few DNA things off from the other one.
Chimpanzees.
Yeah. Yes, I do believe you're correct.
I think we're 98% like the same as chimpanzees or something like that.
Are we?
Yeah,
How come they don't have cell phones?
because that
Or
2%
drink
is
milk.
better. It's that 2% milk that we drink.
Right? Yeah. Is that
So yeah, like a dinosaur turned into a chicken, and then it laid an egg, and
it's
then more
that-
chickens.
It's the water you drink, right? You know.
So first,
Well, I guess didn't all dinosaurs lay eggs?
I mean,
I mean,
I
if
would
you watch
assume
The
so.
Land Before Time, man, everybody comes out of an egg.
I'm
Like
pretty sure. I mean,
and
I
I know
think
we're reverting back to a children's movie here, but you always hear about dinosaur eggs, right?
Yeah.
So was there nothing alive then that gave live fucking birth?
no, there was mammals back then. They're just super small.
Yeah. They just.
Well, I mean, compared to most dinosaurs, I could see them being super
No, it was
small,
like a
but-
bunch of like mice-sized stuff
Yeah.
and like little, mammals.
little.
All right.
There's
I'll
also
let
like
y'all have this one 'cause I don't know.
there's also
So-
sea mammals and sea reptiles and shit like that.
Right, but again, conundrum questions are great for exactly that. They
Yeah,
create
I have no
What the
fucking
fuck is
clue.
this? What the fuck? Here, I'll give you.
So answer to the question: dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
I'll
name
give you
first.
another one. Here's a good one. Who put the alphabet in alphabetical order? Yeah,
Who
just-
named the alphabet?
Right, and who decided this is the order it needs to? Why is it A, B? You know, why is it
I
going?
wonder what Google says on that one. Jesus.
I don't
I
think
don't
these
know.
are conundrums. I think these are rhetorical questions.
Yeah, they are.
Is that?
But that's the conundrum is like, if you think about it, how did that really happen?
Well, these are the.
It's like
Yeah.
who made words?
I mean, somebody had to write the first dictionary too.
Well,
Somebody
you
had to
know?
come up with all the words.
Here, well,
Fucking
when
Webster.
if we go back to the chicken, the egg, you know,
Oh God.
you're gonna have the
Dinosaur.
people who are like, God invented the
God
chicken.
invented the
You're
chicken.
good,
He just,
so,
Boof!
or, yeah,
There it
I
is.
mean,
Put it on Noah's Ark.
so you're gonna have that where they're just like, "Yep, this is just what we're doing." This, nope, God. And then you go to,
Well, yeah, but that's your religious like.
yeah, but my favorite part of those though, you have the first just the religious people, right? That
You're
just
you're
to say,
towing the line.
oh yeah, I'm about to cross it too.
Yeah.
But my favorites would be when you get into evangelicals that take.
I'm lost. What
Okay,
the fuck
so-
is that?
Are these the motherfuckers who say dinosaurs aren't real?
Yes,
I'm
they're
about to
the
blow
ones
their
that
kneecaps off.
they
even
take.
though there's proof?
they
They're like, no.
no.
They're
They
fake.
take the Bible word for word,
Oh.
and so they'll tell you dinosaurs don't exist, and then when you say proof, what about bones? What about this? What about all these things? They
Right.
say, no, God put them there to test our faith.
Oh, okay.
This
I
is
see.
the brilliant
So
argument.
everybody else can
Okay.
lie, but the Bible can't.
But again, this goes back to when I get into religion and the God existing.
They're such easy marks, man.
This goes to my. This is where I get Batman theory, right?
Batman.
Do you know what Batman theory is?
I've heard you talk about it. I haven't. I don't remember. if
Batman
what it
theory
was.
is one of my favorite things. It's the it's the same thing when somebody says something doesn't exist. It'd be like, have you ever seen me and Batman in the same room?
That's
Batman.
right, I
Yeah.
heard it.
I'm Batman. Yeah, that's what I love. That's what I use is I call it Batman theory when everybody wants to get into this argument just to show how ridiculous the argument is. Yes, when you
You
get,
know as stupid as that is, though. Every time you talk about Batman, the first thing I think of is how come Bruce doesn't sound like Batman? Because that voice would be a motherfucker to keep going all night long.
well, but that's part of the
He's
era.
trained.
Yeah, I mean,
Ra's al Ghul trained him.
You
What if
gotta-
he needs that thing where you stick the little magnet on your throat or whatever, and it makes you sound all
The
funny?
voice thing.
what would
Yeah.
Batman sound like with a tracheotomy?
Oh, it
I'm
would sound the
Batman.
same.
I'm Batman. Please give me a pack of smokes.
I need a cigarette. But yeah, dinosaurs.
I
are
can
real.
smoke and drink at the same time.
Would you be able to suck through a straw with a hole in your throat? Do you think?
Yeah, you
Oh
put
my
the
God.
straw in the hole.
Do you?
We're gonna
Mhm. I
go
think
with our
so.
new segment.
What?
Our could you imagine segment? We talked about this.
Could you-
you imagine walking up to somebody and watching them smoke out of their throat like out of the hole in their throat.
Haven't you ever seen
I've
anybody
never
with it?
seen it done, but I've always wanted to see this happen.
Oh, you've never seen somebody smoke through their tracheotomy thing?
Huh.
Put it up there and...
Do they do that?
Yeah, some of them do. Some of them will smoke out of the tracheotomy hole. And it's like, dude, that's what got you there in the first place, right?
Fuck.
Better
Service
keep
down
on
here
keeping
sucks. I
on.
need to go to YouTube. I need to see this.
But you will have to, yeah, somebody putting a...
That's for after
Yeah,
the
they'll
podcast.
put the cigarette there and, you know, they suck it out. And you'll watch, like, the cherry get hot, right?
Oh
and
my
bleed
god,
back,
I
and
am
they'll pull it
fucking
away.
mind blown. That would suck.
And-
I'd have to move my beard.
What if you
And
dropped
the
it
better
down your
part
throat?
is they'll blow the smoke right back out the hole, right? Because you pull it in, and so they just got this like.
There's a Vogue machine in my shirt.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for somebody to hit them on the back, and the cigarette just goes down their throat.
Ooh.
I used to be the
Ooh.
Marlboro man. That
That
would
would
burn like
suck.
a
What do you think? It would
motherfucker.
just go, "Huh," and it would just.
Right? Yeah. You just, oh shit.
Like if you gave him the Heimlich maneuver, would it go out?
Oh my
The
god, can
throat
you
hole or
imagine
the mouth
flying
hole?
out of the hole in their throat? And somebody's like, what's wrong? And it hits him in the face. Ah! Ow!
How much
Fuck!
fun would that be though if you got it down pretty good? You could put like peas. Put little peas in there. Whole new meaning to pea shooter, right? You're at the dinner table. You putting like peas in the tracheotomy hole. And, you know, like
4. Bullseye.
that would be. Yeah, that'd be the shit right there. Just start shooting people with.
Fuck.
Where'd
that's
that come
horrible.
from? And you're just staring at a person with a hole in their throat. And they're just like,
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. The Batman
couldn't
voice
do
would
it.
be hard to keep
Take a
up.
picture. No, that to me is funny because he's always like, you know, he sounds completely different in both,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Have you tried to do any kind of voice change? And it doesn't have to be like into a completely different voice or anything, but do a voice change of some kind for an extended amount of time.
It's really hard.
I mean,
Yeah.
actors do it all the time.
Well, so
Okay, but they also have the ability to stop and get a drink of water or whatever when they get to the. I mean, most of them
Do
are
you
like,
think-
I can't work under these conditions. I need
Well,
a beer, you know, or whatever. And they would. That's what I would do. I'd be like, I can't work under these conditions. I
Some
need
of
another
them-
6-pack.
though I think in doing it, they'll do it for weeks and weeks and weeks before they actually start shooting to try to.
Well, right, and I know they have like coaches that'll help you and teach you
So,
how to do that shit. But
One of the ones I find really interesting is there's a few comedians that'll do like voice impressions, right? There's a lot
Right.
of them, but one guy does he does a really great Christopher Walken. But when you ask him to do it, he says, "Nah, it's kind of like a thing, right? He has to get
click
into it,
into
Yeah.
motion, yeah.
And once he's in it, it's one of those things like it's gonna probably go the rest of the day. He really struggles to pull
He
himself
can't
out of it.
jump
Yeah,
out of it.
he can't just jump out of it. I forget the comedian's name. He's fucking hilarious. He does another one. He does Alan Arkin too. But he talks about doing an interview where he's basically impersonating him, and Alan Arkin calls him or called into wherever he was, and he does the. I think he even said he called him up once. He's like, Alan, just the way like, and just starts going off.
Fuck.
It's funny as shit, though. I mean, it really is. It's super funny. I mean, but voices are hard. If I could do
Well,
this,
that's what I'm saying. But this isn't something you could just like. This isn't somebody's voice or like an accent that you could. He still talks the same way, but he like changes octave levels and like the
Yeah.
raspiness and everything. You know.
he does, but I think that one's easier to achieve. He has it there
Because it's
somewhere.
it's not a different voice.
Yeah,
it's just
it's
making
just
your
kinda-
voice deeper.
I'll tell you a weird one.
I can understand
I
where
don't
you're
know that
coming
it's
from,
deeper,
though.
but it's more like I don't know. It's
I can
just
understand when
completely
where you're coming from, though. Like just being able to do it consistently and not like slip up and just be like, "Where are they?" Instead of "Where are they?"
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I agree. That one would be really tough, but I think when you start doing accents, that's what becomes harder.
Right.
is when
Well,
you're
then they
trying to
blend
do-
together and stuff too.
Well, and see, that's the thing. Anything I've tried to do extended, like I want to do the Australian accent, right? and then it just blurs into, next thing you know, I'm like somewhere British to somewhere Irish to somewhere, it's like
They're all the
You're a
fucking
mutt.
same.
right. You wind up being a big old mutt. My oldest son though, he has this. I don't know where this comes from. It sounds like something's trying to escape from his bowels. He sounds
He's
like
got a ghost in him.
no, like a demon. He'll go into this. He'll be sitting there playing with his friends, and then all of a sudden it's no, and it sounds like
Dude, is your son gonna be like a screamo band singer?
Oh my
he
God.
could too, because it does. I tell him to knock it off all the time, and he was looking at me funny. My wife's like, "Yeah, it bothers your dad. Stop."
Stop with your demon voice, damn it.
Well, that's what it is. But part of me though
bothers your dad.
part of me wants to harness it though, because it'd make for like a great character, right? If you could do a cartoon or something, and he's doing voiceovers, because it is. I looked at him today and I said, I'm.
Which is funny that you're like, you don't. It freaks you out, but you did a very, very decent one yourself.
So I had to.
I feel like it's more just like he's sitting in his house and his son's playing games, and out of nowhere it's just no.
Well,
It's just like, what the fuck was that?
it kind of is. You'll look at him.
Could you imagine if we could harness this?
That's what
harness
I'm
the
saying.
kid saying this, right? And then play it as an alarm clock for Casey.
Oh
Everyone.
fuck, man!
Oh my God.
I'd fall out of my bed. I'd be like. So I looked at him today because we were talking about it.
By the way, that's the second loudest thing that Ian's ever done on the podcast.
I know. The one moment we'll actually be able to hear when you talk.
It's just
And you
super
might-
like quiet like a mouse, and everybody's got it turned up, and I'm just like no.
Well, where he started using it was it'd be like, all right, shut your computer off. It's time to go to bed. No. Like, he gets this, it's like, excuse me? Like, this was my I'm fighting back voice.
Today, father.
Right. He's like, so he'll go into it. But I was like, I looked at him today and I said, well, you're okay until I said, but if you look at me and go, Dimmy, why you do this to me, Dimmy? I said, then we got a problem. And he looks at me funny and it's like, look, you don't get the reference. It's from The Exorcist. And I said, it's when the demon looks at the priest who's trying to exorcise him and channels his mom, and he's just like, I saw this big smile on his face, so I'm sure at some point he's gonna
He's gonna hit
like-
you with it in the
yeah,
dark.
I'm gonna get
You're gonna step on something and go, oh shit, and he's gonna go, no. You're gonna shit your pants.
That is just gonna be standing over your bed at night.
yeah.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
can't wait till the day you show up with that
It is
story.
time, father.
Right? No shit, right? No, I'm assuming at some point puberty's gonna hit and it's gonna destroy that, but it might not.
It might make it deeper.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it would be really bad then.
Oh shit. Yeah, he gets it. Because I don't have the deepest of voice by any means, and he doesn't either. And so, but he does. It's this guttural. It's like he pulls it right from the
He
depths.
just opens his diaphragm up and everything.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, man, you okay?
Oh my God, the 3-year-old has a pitch that she can hit that fucking Christ, it should shatter windows.
All right.
Dude, kids are bad for that, but holy fuck, if she starts to scream, I'm looking to pick her up, get her face stuffed into my shoulder as fast as fucking possible. That shit hurts.
I do have to say it totally made my night though when I came in and I hear
Oh,
your daughter yell, "Is that Casey?"
Yeah.
She yells my name and runs in the room and gives me a hug. I was
Yeah.
like,
I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
She never does that. What? That's...
I was like, yeah, I win. You win the kids over, you win.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm
the
saying.
fuckle.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know. It just, anyway, gutter. I don't know how you do the voice.
Guttural screams from your children
Right?
are
Oh,
troubling,
that's okay.
to say the least.
Oh, dude, trust me, when you wake up in the middle of the night and all you can hear is this scream and you have no fucking clue what's going on, you're like, what? What's going... Who? What? You know, like you.
Well, yeah,
your
you're
brain
like just
can't even
you're half
function.
asleep still. It's like, oh, okay, something's
Oh,
happening.
no, we had, so the people who, well, it's not this way now, but when we very first moved into this house we've been at for a handful of years, we didn't know the neighbors or their kids. Well, fuck, dude, one night in the middle of the night, blood-curdling screams from one of their daughters, like in the middle of the fucking night.
Really?
It was like, do we need to call somebody? I mean, that was the
Yeah.
level of like, wakes you up out of a dead sleep with the, oh fuck, we might need to call the cops. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't sound right.
Right.
No, it's just who she
Have
was.
you seen the video of the cop like starting to go into the forest, and then there's this like fucking big old nasty scream come out of it, and he like turns around, you can tell he just shit his pants. He's
Yeah,
like,
it's
"Oh,
like-
I'm fucking out of
It's like,
here."
I need backup
I'm
for
out.
this.
I'm not doing this shit. Yeah, no. I get it. I mean, I wouldn't look, there's things in the forest that I don't want to fuck with.
Oh,
I don't want
bears.
fucking with me.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something we haven't totally figured out its habits on.
Like
Sasquatch.
a Sasquatch?
No, not
Because he's an
Sasquatch.
alien.
I'm talking about the things that are real,
Sasquatch?
that you can see and have hunted, and
Plenty of people
all
have
those
hunted and seen Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Well, I know people have hunted him. What they've seen, I cannot be for sure, but I'm gonna guess there was drugs involved, or some fucking retard in a goddamn costume.
Sasquatch.
Have you seen me and Sasquatch in the same room?
Batman theory.
Yeah,
Telling
exactly, right there.
you. Right now. Batman theory.
Yes,
see?
you have. I'm Sasquatch.
Again,
I'm a Sasquatch. You've seen us both right now.
I was going to say, he qualifies. He's a descendant of Sasquatch in there
yeah.
somewhere.
Somewhere. I don't know where it comes from. Canada,
Poor
most
fucking
likely.
lady.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I wonder if his like great grandparents was just a very hairy man and the bearded lady.
All I hear in this is, for such a wild beast, he was a gentle lover.
Is that in the Morgan Freeman voice or
Dude, if I
more
could
of a
do,
David Attenborough?
if I could do the Morgan Freeman voice, I would do it all the time.
That would be legendary.
You can't tell me that there's anybody else in this world you would want to narrate your life. The only
Samuel L. Jackson.
David
well,
Attenborough.
the only other person I
Sam
would go with.
Elliott. I have
Sam
a
Elliott.
handful of them. Who's the guy that played?
I have a handful.
Yeah.
Well, my other one, I would go with Matthew McConaughey. I would love him to narrate.
Oh yeah,
my
you
life.
can. Yeah, I could see that being your pick. But you know it, because you've talked about it. But the guy who plays in the movie with the llama, the guy that turns into the llama,
Oh my god.
What the
the
fuck?
guy that plays Kronk.
Oh, I don't know his
I can't
name.
think
He
his
was
name,
the
but-
putty on Seinfeld. Like he's
Yep.
been in a ton of
Yeah,
stuff.
he's
I,
in
Oh
a
yeah,
shit ton
he's
of
in
stuff.
everything.
I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
but he's
too.
Kronk, so
Yeah.
if you don't know the voice, look up Kronk.
Yeah, I know that's true.
That would be a good one. Kind of that laid back.
I know the
deep,
dude's
I drink
face, too. I
scotch
can
and
see
smoke
his face.
cigars
Yeah,
type
he
of
did
deal.
he was the Tick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done a shitload of stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah,
could use that.
that
too.
would be a good one.
Sam Elliott's
Morgan
a good
Freeman
one.
would be good, but
Have you
there's
ever been hit with a wet noodle?
God.
Is this a pool noodle or regular noodle?
I just
Have you ever been hit with a wet noodle? What was it? It's because what is it? You ever been hit with a wet, or do you feel like you've been hit with a wet noodle because your girlfriend is a twin and you got confused and fucked her dad?
yeah.
That's
So
what
I'm
it's
like-
like to drive a Ford F-250.
Yeah.
My brother showed me that video yesterday.
Yeah, there's a few of them. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and I'm a Ford guy. I thought it was fucking hilarious the first
Oh.
time. I laughed my ass off. But when I butcher it, I'm like, this is dumb.
Well, no, I get that. I get that.
Well, do you have another conundrum question?
Well, I have a question.
Oh.
How's your
do.
truck? Did we talk about that?
No, we haven't talked about this. So in building the podcast, we are currently on the lookout for a box van, step van, motorhome of some kind to build into a studio, a traveling
Something
studio.
without back glass that Brock can't shove something through.
Fuck the both of you. All right, first off. But so we picked
We
up
didn't
one of
say
the.
it was a problem. We're just stating the facts.
Except for
man.
you won't get more back glass for anything else because I'm gonna knock it out.
What'd you say?
Trust me, I knocked that bitch out of there like a fucking baseball and a wiffle
Well,
ball
it's
game.
just like a casual just spider, and he's like, "Oh, it's spidered," and then something moved like an inch, and it all fell down. And Brock's wife just looks back and is like,
So-
"Are you serious?"
Recently, we've had, I think it was 2 years ago, we had a business here in town shut down. It was more of an iconic restaurant. They shut down. Well, the new owners are turning it into a tattoo parlor, because why the fuck not? They seem to
Right.
pop up every other fucking day.
Right.
But they
Tattoos
were
are rad.
removing the old booths, the old diner booths.
Right.
And so Ian and I went to go and get a few of these, because we're going to retrofit them into our 1950s themed podcast studio / motorhome shit
Slash
show.
Pie in the sky dreams, but
Yeah.
we'll get there.
And
The foundation
we
is
were
there.
loading.
Right.
We loaded, I don't know, two of them. No, I think we had everything loaded but a couple of cushions. And I threw a cushion in the back of the truck, slid across the top of one of them fucking booths, smacked the trim piece on my window, on my rear window in the pickup, and fucking just blew it out.
Oh shit.
And he was like, well, I know what that fucking noise was. Open the door. My wife's like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, yep, shut the door and fucking more
Breaking
window
shit.
fill out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Well,
was-
then you guys like drove away, and I'm like waiting at your house, and I'm like, God, I hope one of those didn't go through the back window and just decapitate them. Like, I'm just like, I hope they
had
didn't have to stop.
I had to stop at Dutch Bros for the wife, and because that was the only way I conned her into going, just because for whatever reason I was like, well, if you couldn't make it there, then at least I had somebody to tell me not to fucking move that way or whatever. And so we're at Dutch Bros, and I get this text message, you guys okay? I was like, yeah, I'll be there in a minute.
Right.
So, yes, that is currently the situation. I have a garbage bag duct taped to the back of my fucking pickup. Every time you shut the door, fucking blows up, and fucking more glass falls out of it. And,
Oh fuck.
fuck.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Not to mention, it's not like it's some sort of specialty glass, but it's fucking expensive to replace a window.
Oh yeah, glass and you know what's funny is yes, it's expensive to replace a window, but the price of glass is actually really fucking cheap.
Yeah.
The markup on it's fucking insane, but the actual price
Let's make
is-
our own glass.
No,
no, fuck that.
You know where I found this out was when we started to be able to at work buy glass through PGW, Pittsburgh Glass Works,
Right.
and like you go buy a new truck windshield, pending what it is. If it's got a bunch of shit in it, which some of them do, but if it's
Like defrosters and all that shit.
yeah,
I
but
get
if
it.
it's like basic, the piece of glass a lot of times is like $100, if that.
It's cheap.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that's cheap.
everybody.
But for me, it's like, hey, grab hold of your ankles.
right? That's what
We're
I mean.
about to take this full speed, raw dog.
Well,
Fuck.
Well, that's what insurance you got? Oh, we can charge them like $700 to put the windshield in.
Oh yeah.
And then when you're like, no, I don't have insurance that'll cover that. Oh, yeah, we can do it for like $250. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Motherfucking.
And when we saw that, I was like,
It's all a fucking con. Every bit
well,
of it.
my guess would be is they probably charge so much markup because how many they have to write off because they fuck them up and break them because that's not hard to do.
Yeah, I could see that.
So there's some of that there that I would,
I had a buddy that once had his windshield replaced, right?
right?
Oh, he had something going down the road. Split his windshield, pissed. Gets home, calls the place. They come out and they put a fucking windshield in his truck. He literally pulled out of the driveway and he pulled out crooked. For whatever reason, the left front tire went down first. Split the bitch. He was like, what the fuck?
What?
Apparently, when they had glued it in, I don't know, something was not right or whatever. And as soon as it flexed just a little bit, it fucking just
cracked
split
the
that
whole
window. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So he had them come back out and redo it. He's like, I don't know, it's been this way for a day now. Get it the fuck off my truck and put it in. Like,
Yeah,
this is
no.
bullshit.
I would
What
be
did you
pissed.
hit?
But no, it's fucking ridiculous. And when that fucking cushion flew through the blew my back window out, I was like, God damn it. So like
It wasn't
you know,
even one of the things with like a nail on it or anything, was it?
No, it was one of the seat cushions, and in the
Yeah,
booth it's a
so-
piece of fucking plywood with for like an edge piece, and then it has a cushion on it. Well, had I flipped it over the other way, it probably would have been fine because that piece would have hit the middle of the window. But where it hit that trim piece right on the edge, that's all it took.
Unreal.
Like they did a study too. Like if you walk into a glass door with your knee and your forehead at the same time, it'll turn into a billion little pieces, and you'll be stuck holding the handle.
I want to kind of try that out now.
Glass doors are sketchy, man.
I do want to kind of try that out. Hey, but I do have a question for you. What color are mirrors?
Huh? What color is a
Silver.
mirror? Isn't it like tinfoil behind glass?
No. What color are mirrors?
Silver.
No.
They're really shiny silver.
Tell me I'm wrong.
What are they then?
Don't tell me no if you don't know. Don't come at me like that.
Well, they're not. They're.
What color are they, Casey?
I don't know.
polished silver.
What are they reflecting at that point?
I would just.
No, I don't
imagine
think
it's
that's what.
polished silver.
The backside is like gray. You look at the back. We have a mirror down here. I think.
It's like you can see
Yeah, it's
yourself in a
behind that.
spoon and it's silver. If you get a shiny enough spoon.
But that's not a mirror. That's a
Yeah.
spoon.
Yeah, but
shined up.
Yeah, but if you, it's the same
No,
thing.
no. What color's a mirror?
It's silver.
No.
What is it then? Whatever's in the mirror.
That's what I would think.
Clear.
If it's
I don't
just
think
a
so.
reflection.
If we're asking the question, what color is a mirror? I wouldn't be like, well, what color is a mirror when you stand in front of it? Oh, because then you have something to go off.
I'm
of. You'd be
colorblind.
standing in front and be like, oh,
That's
blue
why
or
it's
whatever.
a fucking conundrum question.
I know.
Is
but
what color are mirrors?
I think they're silver.
What? I'm sort of like, I don't fucking know. Mind blown. All right, fuck off.
I'm gonna say it with
glass
a.
in front of chrome.
I'm
is all
gonna
it
say,
is.
I'm gonna say it with enough confidence where yes, it's right.
I'll give Ian credit for that. He's like, no, I'm silver. No, I'm not budging. It's like, no, it's fucking turquoise rainbow color. Nope, silver.
Well, you can't think of any other color that like it is.
I can see where you'd go with silver just because that's pretty reflective, right? But glass is reflective. Paint is reflective. I mean, it all
Yeah,
depends.
silver paint.
No. Not just silver paint. You got clear
Have you not heard of black chrome, damn it?
Right?
Is reflective a color?
I don't know. I don't know.
Reflective a color. What the fuck are you
Yeah,
talking about?
Why are you asking more conundrum questions? I don't know.
I thought that's what we were doing.
This has gone too far.
Don't ask the question if you don't want to know the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Speaking of iconic voices. Right. Give you an easy one. When French people swear, do they say "pardon my English"?
Oh, that'd be funny to hear.
I mean, they don't.
Right.
But they're swearing in French. But that does lead the question: is
Have you ever heard somebody yelling at you in a foreign language completely stop for one word, say it in English, and then fucking hit you with the rest of the sentence? You're like, whoa, wait a minute. I caught that one. Fuck you, asshole. Like, you're just like, no, kiss
I didn't
my
understand 99% of that, but the 1% I did, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually, when I was in high school, I worked with quite a few Hispanic guys, and all of them, some of them had broken English, but most of them speak English just fine. But we had this one guy
Well, they all know more than they let you think.
Well, he was worse than anyone I'd ever seen. He would come up to you and try to talk to you in Spanish, full well knowing that, like, you
don't
couldn't
speak
speak
Spanish.
Spanish, right? And then he would make his English super, like, blurred together. And then you'd finally get kind of pissed at him and be like, dude, I need you to do this. Or you give him the stupidest look you could muster of, I don't understand. And then he would say shit to you in perfect English that you could understand.
And you're like, you
you're like,
motherfucker.
God damn it. You know?
You just wasted like 3 minutes
Yeah,
of my
just
time.
fucking No, I had him once
Well,
because...
that's just because he's killing time, though, right?
Oh, yeah, it was... Well, he used
Trying to push it as far as he can so before he has to actually go to work.
Yeah,
type
and
of
do
thing.
something. Yeah, that's what he... Because one time, so the manager, or he
doesn't
owned
better
that
see
one.
How far he can push you.
Well,
Yeah, I
so
can see that.
we had the store manager or the guy, the franchise owner, the guy who owned that store. He passed away, right? And I was sitting there one day after that, and I think it was on break or something. The guy came in, and he sits down at the table and starts talking to me about the old manager, but it was in perfect English, and all I was thinking the whole time was, "You motherfucker, make it so hard to work with,
Yeah,
because you won't communicate, but you can sit here and have a conversation with me."
yeah. You take that into people though. Like if I knew how to speak Spanish, it would make the jobs of all of our guys that much harder. Because I've watched them talk shit. I know when they're talking shit, their body language changes.
Well, yeah.
Luckily, I've yet to see them talk shit about or to me. But I have seen them talk shit, and I'm like, Because one of the guys, he's not, like, in the group or in the club.
Oh.
And so he's like, yeah, they just said this about whoever, and I'm just like, oh, fuck.
Just let them know when they talk about me. That's when I draw the
He's
line.
just ratting them out right and left. Yeah, he's bitching about so-and-so. He's doing this. He's doing...
He's
Right.
quitting in 2 weeks.
Dude.
No, like, they're always pretty straight up with you if you're asking the questions. The hard part for me is, like, they don't lead on to let you know how much they know. Well, I want to learn Spanish, so when they start talking, I can just rattle it off, and they'll be like, "Oh fuck, the white guy knows."
Dude, I can't wait.
That's fun with any foreign language when they're talking and they don't think you understand it.
I
And you
can't
watch.
wait for your Spanglish.
Oh, it'll be good.
I was
It'll be
gonna
good.
say Brock's Spanish should be great.
Spanglish with Brock is going to
Oh
be a
my
new
God.
segment.
Oh yeah.
We can
Yeah.
teach you on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know Spanish. And I don't think Casey knows Spanish.
No, I took French in high school.
but I took German.
I know like a very small amount, like the stuff that you need to know your, like what shit's about to go down or whatever, you know. Like and Hispanic guys will get louder, and it seems like they're yelling at you, but that's not really the case. Like they're not trying. Like I don't know. As I was explained, it's a passionate language. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that, but he looks kind of irritated. And they're like, yeah, but he's not mad. And I'm like,
I mean, you
It
get
looks a
louder
lot
when
like
you're passionate.
mad.
Same here. Like, when we get passionate about something, we get louder.
well, right,
yeah.
and I can agree with that. But, like certain words, you're like, ooh, I know that one. Look out.
Yeah,
Someone's getting hurt.
And I don't know if other cultures do this, but one of the things I find annoying and hilarious at the same time is when you see an American in a foreign country and they think if they speak louder and
Oh
slower
my God.
that
Old people do this.
that they're magically going to understand them. They don't speak the same language, and just because you slow your English down and shout it doesn't mean that they're
Yeah.
going to understand a goddamn thing you're saying.
Yeah, they're not hard of hearing.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't change anything.
And they're not dumb, they just don't speak the same language.
Yeah. Oh my God. Those people, old people. Man, my grandma used to do it bad.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm like standing there, and I don't know, she would always, I know like the base numbers in Spanish, right? Like 1 through 10.
Yeah.
So I could kind of get along with those, because if you say the numbers in, that, like I'm going to pay you, whatever it might be, $10, right? So or however, you would say the number, right?
Right.
Normally hers were like, it would normally be like $5 for whatever, tip. And so, like, I'd have to say them in my head real quick, uno,
Right.
dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, okay. So then I could say them to the guy, and he would understand. He'd be like, oh, okay, and walk away. And my grandma would always be like, you're just so smart. And I'm like, well, if we quit fucking yelling at the guy,
Yeah,
like,
right?
stop yelling at him. I'll tell him the number. Like, fuck.
You're so
I think
smart.
we can find a way to communicate here. Just quit yelling, and it'll
Yeah,
probably
stop
get a lot
yelling.
It's
better.
like, if anything, now you can
just
just get on your
understand.
phone and Google Translate
right.
and literally talk to people in another language.
No,
like,
and-
and it's broken. It's not perfect. Like,
The Hispanics don't like it when you do that, and they don't know.
Well, nobody likes it when you do shit like that and you don't know.
Yeah, well, when you're the only guy in the conversation that doesn't know,
Well, I mean more of just like you're trying to tell somebody something, and it's like, okay, well, I don't know how to say this, so I'm gonna type it into Google Translate and just have Google Translate say it to
Right.
them, and it's like it's not gonna be a perfect
No,
No.
match,
perfect.
but it's like okay, they'll get the gist of what you're saying.
Right. You'll
But-
have something you can work with.
Yeah.
See, the one of
Yeah.
them called me a name that I didn't recognize, and when I looked it up, I was like, and I looked at him, and he was like, kind of gave me this like head nod, like, what? And I turned it around. I turned my phone around, and he was like, oh, sorry, you know, like all. I was like, go get the fuck out of my shop, like get out. Was not happy.
I had a wood shop teacher who I actually do believe spoke
Oh yeah.
Hispanic really well, but he an old white guy. But this one Hispanic guy walked in and
He spoke Hispanic.
he spoke
Is that what
Spanish.
you just said?
Probably
He spoke the Hispanic.
language, maybe. Anyway,
He tried.
we had a Hispanic guy come in the class, and he said something to him that, or I think he called him a puto. Right, and so
Did he just cuss him out in
No.
Spanish after that?
so the teacher goes, "What's that mean? What'd you call me?" Like that, and of course he said something different. He's like, "Yeah, I find you to be a puto too." Like back to the kid stopped and was just like, "Wait, what?" He just, he knew what he was doing.
Uh-huh.
He baited him right into it. And was like, "Yeah, and here you go."
Yeah, no. It's just to me it's fun to a point, but at the same point in time, it's like the language barrier thing. Everybody always knows more than they're leading you to believe,
Oh yeah,
right? So when somebody like walks up and they're like, "Do you know Spanish?" I'm like, "No." I know more than I just led on.
right. You're
But I don't know it. I couldn't stand up and interpret for somebody.
I know. That's like when my wife was like, "Well, it's French. You took French in high school." Yeah, I don't remember shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know.
took French in high school. Oh,
I
you
c-
mean 2 decades ago?
Yeah, you know what I can? I can tell you my name. I can, give you the I am, the je m'appelle Casey. I'm Casey, right?
Right.
I can give you that. I can tell you like, I know the like I ams, some of the nouns like the.
Mr. and Mrs.
Well,
like
no,
shit.
when you're using like, if they start something out with je, it's I.
Oh, okay.
Tu is like kind of a you. Well, vous is you, but that's why it's parlez-vous français, speak you French, which for us.
Oh, okay, because I knew habla English.
Well, right, but
I'm English.
so I mean, I
Habla
remember.
español.
I remember some of it, but I couldn't have a conversation by any means, and very broken things. One of the things that I always found funny about French because it comes off as a pretty arrogant culture to a degree,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to speaking. But they break up a deal in there where it's like if you were to say, "I want an apple," there's 2 ways to say it, and most foreigners fuck it up. And one way is saying, "I want one singular apple." The other way, when you say it, is basically saying, "I want all the apples in the world." And so it's got this,
I want apples.
and it's
So you
like,
can't fuck it up, or you sound like
yeah, you sound like a total jackass.
Okay.
Like you're asking for everything all the time, and
right.
you give away that yes, even if like you had a good accent and that
I feel like the universal language though is sign language.
I think it's English.
Because even while you fuck it up, right, and people who are deaf are like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Everybody else, well, you can't hear somebody because of the noise that's going on. You can give some kind of a
Hand signal.
to, I mean, if you think about it, when we're using heavy machinery, if I point to a certain direction or use a different hand for something, like there's a whole fuck ton of it, and people, like the operator knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, even though we didn't say a word. And it's not legit sign language, it's just a hand gesture of
Yeah.
some kind. I mean, who
Hand
doesn't know
slang.
when you're flipping them off?
Well, right.
Right?
There's ways to communicate with inside that. It's no different. There's a college, right, that's for the deaf. And I think it's like an engineer, but they have a football team, And it's not a big college, small, but they have a football team, and they work totally,
Well, I noticed this the other day. I was watching football, and I noticed because my team was at an away stadium. Well, it got so fucking loud because they were playing the Seahawks. It got so loud, they stopped talking.
Yeah, you
and
have
it went
to.
straight to hand signals, and I was like, "That's fucking cool." Like I never noticed it before.
Oh, but you actually saw them do that.
And mainly because I don't like paying for TV, and I finally now have football in the house, so I get to watch it.
Yeah.
But
Like, I finally found my way to hack that.
yeah, so I'm watching them, and obviously the idea is that you get so loud that your team's defense, they already know what's going on.
Right.
So the offense is like, oh shit, nobody can hear me. We're about to run out of time to snap the ball, right?
Right.
And then I see it. I see the right guard turn and look back at the quarterback, and he goes like this, and the right guard reaches past the side, the peripheral vision of the center, and he hikes the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was pretty good. Like, because I'd never seen it much more than the college games. You'd see a little bit of it, but
Yeah, I've seen more of that where the guard will slap and
or
the
touch
center,
him on the leg or whatever, and it's like that's pretty fucking good right there. Like, and I get that's part of the element of the game and all that shit, but for me, I would make it funnier. Like the guy who's doing the in motion, right? He's
Yeah.
running behind the line of
Just
or behind the
smacks
line,
the center's ass.
smacks the center on the butt. Good game. You know?
Once I hit your second cheek, hike the ball.
Right. I'm waiting for him to stop and do a little wax on,
Yeah,
wax
right.
off.
When I run by and nut tap you, you throw the ball backwards.
Yeah, you're gonna throw something backwards. You might be going with it. Yeah, no shit.
I just had never seen, because in the Seahawks stadium, it's loud as
Oh yeah,
hell.
yeah. No, it was
and that's
engineered
one of
and
the things
designed
they're
that
known
way.
for. Yeah. And so I just watching it was like, oh, that's
Yeah, no,
that's pretty brilliant. And I mean, you use them in baseball, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not because of noise. It's
you don't when you play.
You don't
want
want to be screaming across
Yeah,
the
you don't
field.
want to play the Astros. He's gonna bunt, you motherfucker. But I also feel like that's part of the game.
It is
Because I've been in a dugout in high school and was like, oh shit, they're going to steal. Like, standing in the dugout, you can't relay the information fast enough before it happens, but you're like, oh shit, they're going to steal, and sure as shit, it happens. And the coach will be like, how the fuck did you know that? And I'm like, he touched his nose or whatever.
Yeah, because there's I know with those, there's something is the indicator of the next thing is the sign, right?
Right. So it's like, you touch your nose, oh shit, okay, what's the next one? Touch the bill of your hat. Okay, so I'm stealing. Or whatever it might be.
Grabbed his earlobe after touching his nose. It's a bunt. It's a... Yeah.
Exactly. And I know that's like, some of them will break them down into, I have to touch these 3 items.
Right?
And I mean, can you
Well,
think
no,
of the
dude,
guy
like
at the plate who
Have
just
you seen the
turns around
Major
and goes,
League shit?
Am I fucking bunting or what?
Have you seen the Major League shit? They'll do like 5 different things. They'll just be like, hoo, and then just like, and then they
Yeah.
just like, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I'll hit
I
it.
get a
I'll hit
bunt,
it.
He's stealing.
I'll hit it to third base.
Yeah, exactly.
I know how this works. 100%.
Or yeah, it's literally just like 4 different fake signs for the one real sign or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, he just told him to swing.
Yeah.
Take your
Yeah.
pitch, man.
But I also feel like that is part of the game. So if you're watching that shit and you figure it out, tough shit. Like if you didn't make it complicated enough for the guy in the dugout, I mean, granted they were doing it a little bit more like videotaping them over the course of their games. and
Yeah,
shit.
I mean, they were...
What,
it
the
wasn't
Astros?
like... Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they were just like reading the catcher's like signal to the pitcher, and then they were hitting a trash can like based off that. So it was like live, like what pitch is coming into the batter
Oh, shit.
for the Astros.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's a little bit different. It's
Yeah,
not like, oh, this person's gonna steal. It's like, hey, they just gave a signal for a curveball. Be ready for a curveball. And it's like, if a curveball was coming, they'd hit the trash can twice or something like that.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Yeah, because that part of the game is a complete.
Because that's
science
not
between
like,
him and the pitcher that.
yeah, that's not like they're watching signs and trying to like figure out what the signs are. They're literally like, they tapped into a camera in the outfield and they got like the live feed.
Yeah.
And we're
Oh, so
putting
they
it into
could
the
see.
yeah, they had it tapped into their dugout, and then they were hitting like a trash can in the dugout or something like that.
Fuck.
That's pretty extensive.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
But I
that's,
still feel like that's not cheating.
that's
that's
cheating.
definitely
I don't
cheating.
know
That
if
is cheating. Brock's like, I know what I would be doing. That's cheating.
I got somebody out there with a red flag and a green flag in center field with binoculars. You know, hold up the green one. He's gonna throw a fastball.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Just not so obvious as they're
Right, hold
scanning the stadium.
Well,
and this
until
guy's
you
like,
Hold up your
"Hey!"
green foam finger and your blue, you know.
Yeah, no
Number
shit.
1, number 2.
Yeah. We're number 1.
We're number 2.
I love the guys that bring the little picket fence to football games.
Defense,
Defense! And it's like, God, shut up. We know. You don't have to,
Yeah.
the team knows what is going on. You don't have to hold the fucking picket fence up for them to know what's going on.
In case nobody told you, you need to maybe play a little defense.
Yeah, right?
I know that's what they pay you millions of dollars for, but
That's the side of the ball you're on. Figure it out.
Yeah.
so I'm gonna ask you to, play a little defense. Yeah, no shit.
And I never understood the guys that with the clappers, right? I think it was basketball. They got
Oh,
the two
dude,
fucking
you know
The
how-
thunder sticks?
Yeah.
that
Dude, those
shit's
things were
loud.
rad.
I was gonna
They used
say.
to allow those in like hockey games and stuff, but I think they banned them.
Yeah, they also don't allow fish at the Idaho hockey games anymore.
Oh, when they
because
used to throw,
you
yeah.
throw the steelhead out onto the fucking or whatever your
They
fish
still throw it
onto
out.
the ice.
I went like a couple weeks ago. They threw one out, but the arena supplies that. So
Oh, well,
so
that's
it's like a sideshow thing then.
yeah,
At that point,
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they just go give it to an employee, and an employee like goes and gives it to somebody in the crowd or something like
and
that.
lets them be the one.
It's
to
like,
throw.
here, throw the fish, and
Throw
everybody's
the
like, ah!
Yeah, they have.
It's like the squid for Detroit or whatever, the octopus.
oh yeah.
Oh. I feel like though you shouldn't be allowed to have a professional team if you don't have a badass mascot. You should have to be
I mean, do you
minor
not-
league if it's not the like a good actual
So what do the
somebody
Browns
in a
do?
costume on the Yeah, no, see.
I mean, they
they're-
have a
they're
bulldog,
minor
don't
league.
they?
Yeah,
I don't know what they have.
it's a
Dog pound.
The dog pound. It's a bulldog, I think.
Yeah, they just need to
I
change
don't-
their freaking name.
Yeah, they need.
What the heck
they
is
need a new name.
the guy literally named the team after himself? Like, what the fuck?
Browns. Oh, okay.
And it's just an orange helmet. There's no brown.
I know. Yeah.
Right. It's
Well, and my new favorite one because it was offensive is the.
my name's
Washington
Paul Brown, but I
football
like
team.
orange, so I think they're gonna wind up being the Red Wolves. Probably. I think that's the.
It's so dumb.
Well, it's
Well,
now
what's the new one? There's a baseball team.
Yeah,
that had to do it
the
too.
Cleveland is now gonna be the Guardians.
I think they might have to change that because there was a roller derby team that actually
Oh, right.
Uh,
the
patented the name or something like that, or
Fucking brilliant.
copyrighted it, or something like
brilliant is what that is.
that. Yeah, so they're gonna the baseball team either has to pay that roller derby team or they have to change the name or something
Oh
like that.
fuck that! That's hardcore right there.
Which one, as an MLB team, how do you not get that checked before you announce it?
Because you're an idiot.
Because you're the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, you think you can get away with whatever you want, and you're like, oh, we can do this. We can do whatever the fuck we want, and then it doesn't go that way. So.
Well, Ryan was a fan, and then they're like, "Well, we're gonna change the name." Now he's trying to figure out what fucking baseball.
yeah,
team
what
he wants
team
to
do I
root
want to
for.
root
The
for?
Braves.
Yeah, no shit, right?
The Atlanta Braves.
Mhm.
Just move on to the next one.
Well,
That's my next thing. Is if you're gonna get rid of one, or you're gonna make one change, what about the other one?
well,
Well, I think Indians is just the problematic term, as well as Redskins.
Yeah, that.
Makes it more racial than like a Brave or
Right. Well, because they even
The
tried it with the.
Washington Native Americans.
indigenous.
Indigenous peoples.
Let's see.
The
it's-
Washington
well, and
Indigenous
it's
football
Washington
team.
D.C., so it should just be the. I don't know.
It should be like the Senators or something like that.
Well, they have that though. Isn't that the hockey team? Or
That's
what's the,
that's in Ottawa, but I mean,
uh,
how many fucking different tigers and lions
Yeah.
and bears and shit?
Oh my.
Oh, there
I
we
mean,
go.
like in the
The
NFL.
Washington Oh My's. How about the? Or
I just it
I think they
cracks
should
me
just
up
keep
that
it the
you
football
wouldn't have
team.
something immediately afterwards. It's the Washington football team.
I mean, that's
Like,
not a
come on.
bad name though.
it actually isn't. The Washington football team's not horrible.
Like in the logo
Well, I
is
mean,
just a
I-
W.
W,
They
yeah.
put the numbers on the side. It's like it's pretty like I don't know. It's more like a European kind of thing.
The Washington corrupt politicians is too long.
The Washington wannabe presidents.
Yeah, I mean, well,
I mean, at least go with like the Washington Athletics or something. You know, just something that's not
I
the
see. I like the
Washington,
Washington
football
football
team.
team.
or like you can like make it like actual soccer and just do the Washington Football Club.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I'm sure
but
they'd
team
have
is
to
more
pay a due on
American,
that,
so
too.
it works too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could do like a whole shield and shit with that, like, and just make some kind of cool ass shield for your logo. I feel like it would work out.
Cool ass shield.
You could do
I
something
still-
with like all Washington D.C. in it.
I
Like,
still gotta go back to this. I don't believe you should be a professional team of any kind unless you have a badass mascot. Like like an actual. not
Philadelphia's
necessarily
set.
that you have a mascot, right? Like you have the name or the whatever it is.
But
But,
that's-
you have to have a guy in a suit doing crazy stupid
this
shit.
isn't college.
Yeah, I
You
was gonna
know?
say that's more a college thing.
It's actually becoming
Who's
more
the-
of a thing in professional sports, I
Yeah.
think.
Who's the green? So
The
the
Fanatic?
Chicago Bulls have the guy that's
Yeah,
in
Benny the
the
Bull.
costume, right?
Yeah.
The Eagles
Legend.
have an eagle, a man in an eagle costume.
I think
Like,
all Philadelphia sports have some
I was
sort of
gonna
mascot.
say the Philadelphia sports do because you have the
You have the Fanatic, which is the big green
whatever you want.
Yoshi-looking
Yeah.
motherfucker.
and
then
he's
you just go-
fucking hilarious.
And then you just got Gritty, man. And Gritty, whew, he's a legend. I love Gritty. He's the hockey team mascot.
Oh. Well,
He's
see,
like an Elmo doll from hell. It's great.
Yeah, I was gonna say. But in Philadelphia, they hate everything and everybody.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being a mascot in Philadelphia? Your own fans would throw shit at you.
Yeah, but you're their only source of joy.
Yeah, because you're
With
literally
the
running
abuse
around
you get
shitting
to,
on
like-
the other team, you know? Like, I've seen the Philadelphia Eagle mascot guy. I've literally watched him on a commercial, or, like, in a commercial break. They're like, and then, whatever his name is, did this over the commercial break, and they show a video of him, and he's just over there, like, throwing popcorn at people.
Right.
And it's like, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's like it's their job to entertain fans when shit's boring. It's
Oh.
literally.
I
That's
mean,
what I'm saying, man. Every team, every professional team needs this.
that's true.
It's good for social media too.
Well, I was gonna say in the
I'm
day
not
and
worried
age.
about that, but
I
it would
think
just.
financially.
I mean, we have Bonk for the Seattle or for the.
Bonk has been gone
Steelheads.
for years, dude.
I was gonna say.
Did they
Bonk
get
has been-
rid of Bonk?
Bonk has been gone for like 15 years.
I was gonna say. I've been to a few Steelheads game and I don't.
It's blue now, dude. He's a
yeah,
bear.
the bear.
They
Oh,
changed
that's
their whole
right, they
logo and
did,
everything.
yeah.
I think they changed. I don't know
I guess that's true. I didn't-
if this is actually true, but I heard they just changed their logo because somebody thought it was offensive, even though it was like literally a goalie mask getting hit by a puck.
Yeah, that's why it was Bonk.
But and then they
Uh,
changed it to a
his
fish or
jersey said
something.
Bonk.
Well, yeah, to the actual steelhead
Yeah.
fish. Huh. I don't
And
know.
then with that, they are like, "Oh, well, I guess we need a bear for some fucking reason," which makes no sense to me.
'Cause bears are cool. Just
I mean,
admit
but
it,
they-
bears-
Yeah, you're not gonna have a
Fish.
fish mascot, I guess. Just
Yeah.
waddling around.
I was just flopping.
Terry
guy
the tuna.
has the-
Here
yeah.
comes Terry the tuna.
Terry the tuna. Oh my god. In my head, all I have now is you'd have a tuna mascot and a salmon mascot, and the joke would be that I'm heading upstream to spawn as he like runs towards the tuna mascot.
That's offensive.
Right, I was gonna say I can find a way to
emotional damage.
Yeah. I can find a way to make this offensive for no matter what we do.
Oh yeah, but that's half of the fun.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. All right, here we'll do a would you rather. Ian, pick between number 41 and 61.
Damn it, you didn't give me 69.
I know, he did that shit to me earlier. I was like, you bastard.
58.
Because if I gave you 69, that's what you would pick.
Every time.
So
That you know of. Would I say 58? I think I said 58. Have we done that one?
no, this isn't. I guess this isn't a would you rather, but we're gonna roll with
Is
it.
it a good one?
Uh,
Would you rather have me pick a different number? If I pick a stupid one, you can tell me to change. I'm not locked to my
well,
number.
the one I got, so you can decide if you want to change or not. Is what famous person from history would you like to have lunch with?
Freddie
I-
Mercury.
Who?
Freddie Mercury.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Because I was thinking Yogi Berra,
He'd just be cranky.
which would be fucking fun.
Or Kobe Bryant.
Too soon, Ian. Too soon.
No,
He's still from history.
there's from history in there.
And he is in the past,
Yeah.
not in the present. Yeah, I want a different one. That one
Yeah. Okay. Here we
too
go.
short.
Pick between 121 and 138. These are actual would you rather's.
133.
Okay. Would you rather be tall and average looking, or 3 feet tall but beautiful? I'm already tall and
I was
less
like,
than average looking.
Tall and
so-
average looking will get you a lot of places in today's world, so I'll go with that.
Yeah, there's a whole thing now where it's like they call them, and this is again the kids apparently call them tall kings or some shit like that.
What?
Yeah, where they like won't, and it's mainly women. They won't date short guys.
Oh yeah, it's like
Oh.
a common thing on like Tinder and stuff where it's just like if you're under 6 foot, don't even bother. It's like fuck, bitch. I don't want to talk
Yeah,
to you
dude, it's-
anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Do you
It's
really
like you're,
want those
yeah,
people
it's like
in your
you're
life,
literally
Ian?
you're literally 5'3". Anybody who's above 5'6", it's not gonna make a difference for you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
once somebody's over 5 inches than you, like
But it
5
makes
inches
sense
taller
too,
than you.
because if you think about it, how tall is your wife?
5'3".
Right. Mine's 5'2",
This is horseshit.
and we're both
Over
a
6
foot
foot.
taller than they are.
But well, this goes back to though. I have a type apparently that likes me, and they're all short, angry blondes. I'm just telling you, like
we know who will no longer be on the podcast as soon as this gets aired.
I'm just saying.
Everybody say your
Short,
last goodbyes
angry
to the life coach.
blondes.
She would agree with me.
She would agree. She would be upset, but she would agree.
Is she the one that told you about this?
No, I figured this out on my own because through I
Personal
kinda,
life coaching.
through self-examination,
What have I done wrong with my life?
for some reason I've always been able to handle the difficult person, right? So typically anywhere I'm at, if somebody in that situation is difficult, I'm normally the one that handles it.
I didn't know we handed you a fucking excavator to dig this hole. I thought it was just a sand shovel, maybe. But
She doesn't listen.
Yeah, no, but even outside of that, what I tell you though, no, I've had in the past, even before I met her, there was in high school. I worked with this girl, and she was a little angry blonde girl, but for whatever reason, she felt the need to. She liked me, and she just felt the need to terrorize me. She would just.
well, that's how they do it.
That means she likes you.
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
exactly.
It's the like people always say, "Oh, the guy, the way he tells her, the girl, he likes her, when they're little,
Right.
is to like push her down or whatever." Right.
Right.
But I think that reverses when you get older, and like when you're older, the bitchier they are to you, the more they're like, I think they might like me. So, anyway, no, I had a girl I worked with in high school that did like me, but she was a little angry blonde, and for whatever reason, I've just noticed in life when I've come across these women, I seem to get along with them just fine, or they get along with me. It just so. I'm not saying they're attracted to me like, oh, they all find me hot. But I just...
They like my
You deal with their shit, so they're like, oh my god, somebody that deals with my shit.
Yeah, just had a lot of fiery...
Because you're just one of those people that be like, I mean, that's just the way that person is. I'm just going to let them be them. I'm not going to...
You ain't going to change them, trust me.
Well, I mean, it makes sense,
Plus,
though,
they're
too, because...
super short, so it's like, if anything, they get mad at you, you're just like, stiff arm.
Oh, yeah, you want to see you
do a Heisman on them?
Yeah. You want to ratchet that one up a notch. Trust me. Just...
Yeah, I made the mistake of telling my wife one time, because she doesn't think I'm funny at all, ever, right? I'll throw a dad joke or regular joke or whatever. She's like, you're dumb.
You're dumb.
And I'm like, just because when I talk, it goes over your head. And I about got punched in the
I was going to say, I think I've done, if I remember correctly... I've done the like pat her on the head thing before just to fuck with her, and yeah, it doesn't go well.
You gotta be wearing a cup with that, guys. Come on.
Well, and
I was ready for heat. I was ready for hands.
Yeah, I
knew
was
it
gonna
going
say,
down.
if you're about to throw that out there, you better be ready to get your ass handed to you because it's coming.
I'm spin moving them.
Yeah,
Agility.
Well, but it makes sense though too, because I dated a lot of taller gals. I married a short one.
see,
You're really tall though.
Everyone's
I don't
short
think
to
you're
you.
gonna find that many women that are taller than you.
well,
They're out
I
there.
get that
But
they're
it's
out
time
there,
out.
but yeah, there's
Those
not
are
many.
called Amazons.
Those are called Amazon. Yeah, no, there's not many, but no, I
Yeah,
would.
Ian never wants to get laid again.
I would tell you though that there is something to it because most of the girls that have ever shown any sort of interest in me, even my girlfriend in high school, she was like 5'1". Right? They're all little. It's something about that. I don't know why.
I think it's because nobody wants to like cuddle with a guy who's smaller than they are. They're using you for warmth.
Probably. Every fucking thing else does. Trust me. I wake up, I got 3 dogs. Just fucking. Thank God they're little dogs.
I'm going the opposite direction. I want to be an absolutely beautiful midget.
Yeah, that's because you have a fetish for midgets.
No,
you do.
Not only that,
Confirmed.
I want
Yes.
to be the most beautiful in
You-
the room. Y'all motherfuckers might be 10 feet tall, but I'm going to be damn good looking.
Well, yeah, if you're 3 feet, see, that's where I think this takes it. I'm with you. I would rather be the 3 foot tall, beautiful midget because I'm going to play that for all it's worth. Because if you're short in that 5 foot and up range, if you're below the 5 foot, but if you're at 3 feet, oh no, you're the spectacle. And if you're beautiful, you will be put on a fucking pedestal.
Yeah, they'll bring you to their level.
Oh,
They will make a TLC show
Right,
about you.
I,
Small and beautiful.
not only that, but think about it like that. You may hate it, but you'd be a novelty, right? Because everybody meet you. You're attractive, so it's,
How attractive can you be at 3 feet?
I don't know, ever watch midget porn?
Can't say I have. Just saying.
To the right people,
Yeah, I was gonna
that
say.
is beauty all in itself.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So,
I
no matter how beautiful you think you are, you're ugly to somebody when you're that short.
Probably. But it can go the other way. It's just it's a smaller percentage.
I think it's just like a natural protection thing in people's heads with the tall thing.
It might be. I don't know. I can tell you
That person's big. It looks like they can protect me.
I've seen a lot of big guys that are pussies.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say, that's just
Like,
that's a mirage at that point. That's an illusion.
I had a buddy when we were going to the bar, one of the biggest guys in the fucking bar, but if shit broke out, he was the first one on the phone getting fucking cops there and shit. Like, he was not at all getting
Yeah,
involved.
I'm not doing this. I'm out. Well, no, I would tell you. Here's one thing that sucks about being tall. You want me to tell you the thing that sucks about being tall? Go to the grocery store sometime.
Can you grab that for
Yes,
me?
Oh my
and I'll
God.
tell you what, there is not a woman alive who, when they see a tall dude, they don't care if your wife's standing next to you or what. They're like, hey, you're tall. Can you get this for me? Especially little old ladies.
Oh yeah.
And you can't say no
You can't
to
get
them.
mad at the little old ladies.
No,
either.
you can't. But I've had more than one look at me, and they just got this look in their eye.
Are they just
like
eyeing you from the sides like you're just looking for your food, and you look out of the corner of your eye and the old lady's just staring at you? Just
Yes, they do, because they're like,
you ever been drugged to a
Excuse
different aisle?
me, young man. Can you please grab this for me?
I'll be honest, I don't think I've been drugged
Okay,
to
calm
another
down,
aisle.
Herbert.
Herbert.
Yeah.
From what is it? Family Guy.
Yeah,
Herbert
he's
the
the
pervert.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I've been drugged to another aisle.
You've been
have
drugged.
you?
Yeah, so I don't remember. The wife and I were standing there looking at shit. We were near the end of an aisle. And this little older gal was like, can you, excuse me, can you come help me with this over here? And I was like, all right. And we go around the fucking aisle and halfway down the other one. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're like, next thing
She's
you know,
literally
you're like,
searching aisles for a tall person.
Yeah.
Well, I think some of them do. I'll tell you what, though, you run into some little old ladies at the store, and they damn well, if you'll go with them, you'd be doing the rest of the shopping trip with them.
They'll read
Hell,
the list and your ass is
and you'd
grabbing
be
shit.
going home and putting it all away, too. It'd be like...
Yeah.
They just need to get an extendo grabber thing.
Yeah, but I can tell you right now, if you tried to grab something heavy off a top shelf with an extendo grabber, you might be getting a black
Yeah,
eye.
it doesn't work so well.
I guess.
Trust me.
That makes sense.
Those things are fucking garbage. That is the biggest lie in the world.
But they're great for, like, picking up paper off the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, but you're not going to pick up anything too awful
I just want the T-Rex one.
the T-Rex.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
I was going to say, the T-Rex one
Rar,
is pretty
chomp,
badass. Shit. T-Rex.
It's got the metal teeth.
Excuse me?
It's got,
Rar,
it's got the
rar.
metal teeth, so it really grabs in what you're grabbing.
You're grabbing shit, leaking stuff all over the
I
place.
got it.
I just see you walking around the store, like, pinching people's asses with that.
Oh, yeah.
Not people's asses,
Rar.
like the extra skin on their elbows and stuff.
Oh, that could be fun.
Because once you're grabbing somebody's asses, that makes it super weird. But if you're grabbing their weenuses,
They're weenuses.
Who was me?
you're not being, like, sexually assaulted, but it's definitely weird.
He grabbed my weenus. What the fuck did you just say you have?
I never made contact with you.
I've never had
It was the
sexual
extendo
relations.
grabber.
Don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
I never had sexual relations with that woman.
The T-Rex did, though.
Can you tell me your definition of is?
Is.
One of my next favorite lines ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you watch the deal where Congress was like talking to Mark Zuckerberg or whatever it was? Whoever they had that big like publicity deal where he had to sit down and explain all the shit with Facebook and stuff.
Oh yeah, he had to
Everybody
defend
was like,
himself,
"Oh,
but-
he's a robot," blah blah blah, and I'm like, "No, he's just a fucking idiot.
He's a lizard person.
He's a smart dumbass. That's all he is."
He's just a good thief.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's
A college-educated thief.
we
Yeah,
already
I know
talked
who's
about
to
this.
get blocked next on Facebook.
Fuck him.
Right? We don't need your shit.
I don't need your Facebook.
Your metaverse.
I'm going to what's the new one? Parlor.
Parlor.
Yeah, I think.
Dude, there's
Parler's a new
so
one.
many different ones now that they all say they're doing the same thing, and then a couple months later they just fucking collapse
Yeah, they're
because
just
a bunch of terrorist groups are on them. Tell me I'm wrong.
Social media terrorism.
Well, I mean, that's what we use it for.
Oh yeah.
I
I terrorize people all the time on
I was-
Facebook.
I
What?
terrorize people with my memes.
Yeah. What can I hide behind now?
Exactly.
User 83625467998
B.
B.
Your mom's a hoe.
Yeah. I know what you did.
You know what cracks me up though is like, big rig drivers and their handles,
Yeah.
right? Like it used to be cool shit,
Oh yeah.
and like you knew them. Like people would put it on the side of their trucks and stuff. Like you knew who
It was
who
the-
Rubber Ducky was.
Yeah, the
you know?
convoy song is everything, you
Right.
know.
Right, and
This
now
is Rubber Duck.
Yeah. Right, and now it's like CB radio is pretty much dead, except for those guys.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you don't know their handles anymore. You're like, hey, guy in Swift truck, second from the front of the pack.
Yeah.
You're dragging shit. You know, your door's open or whatever. And
That's because
who?
Which
you're
one?
not a real trucker.
Well, yeah, I mean they're in a Swift truck. Let's get real. But you know, I mean that's because I used to have one in my pickup for when we'd always go out in the desert, and go playing in the mud and all that kind of shit, right? Being kids.
Right.
So we all had them, and we would talk to each other. Well, we'd always be right next to the freeway getting back into town, and somebody would come across there talking to somebody else, and so then you talk to them, you know, because you have a CB and you feel obligated. And at 18, what's better than fucking talking to a truck driver on your CB? Makes you feel
Oh, yeah.
cool, right?
I can name a few things.
And you can. Well,
In the advent of not having the internet, like if you're from
I guess
the
that's true.
non-internet days, that was some cool shit.
it's
That
amazing.
was your way to that was your
That
chat
was
room.
your online
Yeah.
chat
Oh,
room.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, I mean, it's such a network. They have their own fucking language. Like, you know, 10-4 and what's your 20 and all, you know, it's a numerical language. And,
Yeah, that we now make fun of.
Well, yeah, we make fun of it now, but those guys, they could say shit and you were just like, what in the fuck? Bob's your uncle. What the fuck is going on here? You know, and they completely understood. Trucks start moving and shit.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, there's
The
a guy who's
formation
been
changes.
tailgating semis all night. It's like blocked in.
It's like, oh, you
You know?
done fucked up now, eh,
Uh-huh.
Ron?
No, CB radio was one of the coolest things, you know, when you were 18 and lifted pickup or whatever, you know, in a pickup headed for the desert to go shooting or mudding or whatever, you know, and you had your CB radio on and talking to each other back and forth. It was the coolest shit. All of your, you know, any other technology still works, but you're over there on your fucking CB radios.
And Ian, this is the moment when you say, you channel your Jeff Foxworthy. You might be a redneck if
Be a redneck.
you've been mudding and
If you're
talking to
going
your
mudding
buddies
on
on,
your
the
CB
CB
radio.
radios. Here's your sign.
Uh-huh, right.
Oh, well, that is, you know, we're over an hour and a half on this one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Shut the fuck up, Brock.
strap in for a long one, boys.
No, it's good. I think that is going to wrap us up for this evening. We want to thank everybody for listening. So, like us, follow us, Dose Dysfunction on Facebook. We got TikTok, Twitter. It's all Dose of Dysfunction related. YouTube. So just keep supporting us. Comments, likes, emails, whatever. Let us know what you think. And we'll keep bringing you our dysfunctional ramblings week in and week out. But
See you on another horizon.
right?